Hey guys, Head on Spike here with another custom minifigure video today for you. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make Gordon Freeman from the Half-Life series. This is specifically from Half-Life 2. And so if you guys aren't familiar with that, it's an older Xbox game. Also it was on the PlayStation, I believe, and computer. Basically the story is this guy, you play as this scientist, and he runs around trying to free people who are prisoners, who are also scientists or just resistance fighters against this evil empire, but not Star Wars empire, like other guys who are bad and work for the G-Man, who is this business guy, business suit looking guy, has like weird blue eyes, and there's like this giant infestation from zombies and corrupt police officers. It's kind of like Hunger Games in that aspect as well. You're even, you're like in different districts and you're in City 17, and it's like this kind of post-apocalyptic kind of world, and you play as this guy, and you try to free other people and survive, and the game came out in 2007, around 2007, 2009. It came out in the orange box, most famously, along with Portal, and the other game was Team Fortress 2. It was 3 games in 1. But anyway, enough about that. That's a little bit of history for you. How I built Gordon is this. The hairpiece I used is very common to find. I used it from Peter Parker. This is the newest version of Peter Parker from like No Way Home. That's Spider-Man. Also, many other characters use it. I like it because it's brown and wavy. If you don't have this hairpiece, another good option would be Jacob Kowalski or Cedric Diggory. They both have good hairstyles as well. It's a little bit different from this one, but they also look good. I would prefer to use Jacob Kowalski's because it's the right color, whereas Cedric's is a lighter brown, and you want darker brown for Gordon. The head is a brand new head that just came out this year, and that's why I wanted to make this figure, because it was perfect for Gordon. It is Ben Urich's head from the Daily Bugle set. You can also find it from this other guy who has a long, complicated name, but I'll put it in my details for this video. He came from the new Diagon Alley set. So both sets are pretty expensive and pretty hard to find, but I got a Ben Urich minifigure for like $4 off eBay, so he's a really cheap figure, even though he's from a really expensive set. This is the perfect head, though. You really want to get that brown goatee and the glasses. It's very hard to find. I don't think there's any other head in the world right now that has both, unless it's like a custom head. The torso is from Rocket Raccoon. This is the Rocket Raccoon from, I believe, the second Guardians of the Galaxy. And I flipped it. This is the front of it. I gave him the back because it looks like it's more metal-y and silvery. And the HEV suit that Gordon wears is more silver than it is orange, on the top anyway. I gave him dark gray arms, and then I gave him black hands because he has black gloves on. The hips piece, the belt piece, is from the very first version of War Machine that came out in the Iron Man 3 set back in 2013. The legs are from Deathstroke. You can also get them off of Hobgoblin, and he was out in a set with Ghost Rider in 2016. Now, the crowbar, which is Gordon's famous weapon of always using for melee, is it's a crowbar piece. I got a silver sharpie. This silver sharpie, to be specific. This is a platinum silver sharpie, permanent marker. It worked well. The crowbar originally looked like this, and I just colored the tops and bottom, and I think it looks a lot better. It looks a lot more realistic, like it does in the actual video game, and it still like clips on really nicely and satisfactorily in his hand. I also took it upon myself to attempt to make a gravity gun, which you saw in the thumbnail. Now, the gravity gun, or Grav Gun, is a little bit big and a little bit bulky, but it was the best that I could do to get the right shape and the color and all the right pieces and stuff. And it looks pretty good. It fits in his hand nicely, and it is a kind of a bigger gun in the game as well, so that's why I don't feel too bad about it. But you can also attach, I found like a little lightning bolt you can attach to it, so it looks like he's shooting it. And there's no actual orange lightning bolts, but even in the game, it kind of looks more yellow than an orange. So it looks kind of cool. You can fire it. How I built it is like this. So there's a few pieces involved here. The main one is this crossbow piece. Okay. This is like, I used to use it as like Chewbacca's crossbow back in the old days. It came out of a few sets back in the old days. I know that the original Slave 1 had this piece. What I did was, this is the most important part to have. And then I got some black hands from minifigures, and I clipped one on the top and angled it slightly. And then I have a second one on the bottom, second black hand from a minifigure. And then I have a orange cylinder, and then a hollowed out black stud at the tip, and I put that in the center. And then I have two of these little black lever pieces. One of them goes here to have the third prong for the gravity gun, and the other one goes here, and you use this top part here to connect with the bottom notch of the crossbow piece. And it actually, surprisingly, fits. I wasn't sure it would at first, and it was kind of a lucky find that it does work. And the gravity gun is a really bizarre weapon because it has kind of like two handles. One is on the side and one is straightened, and I think this is the one you actually hold. And there's actually props of it like nowadays on like Google and stuff you can look at, real props. And you can adjust these prongs any way you see fit to make it look more realistic. If you don't love this design, there is also a cheaper option. And if you want to be cheap and uncreative, you can use this one. This is the actual portal gun from the Dimensions pack that came with Chell. This looks very similar to the gravity gun because they're both made by Valve, the company, and you know, they both have like 3 prongs on their weapon. But I would insist on at least replacing the blue nozzle with an orange one if you are going to be uncreative and cheap and use the portal gun from the Dimensions pack. So then it at least looks like the right color for the gravity gun. But if you do like my design, then I'm glad. And another thing you can do for funsies is if you want to give him the overcharged version of the gravity gun, which you get in the end of the game, spoilers from like 20 years ago when this game came out, you can get a blue cylinder and attach that to the tip, and then get a blue lightning bolt and have that. So then he like disintegrates people with the blue lightning. And that looks pretty cool too, I think. The having him hold the blue gravity gun, I'll try to have him hold that for a second so you can see the full look and be so impressed with what I made. There we go. Yeah, so that's kind of cool too, I think. Pew, pew. So yeah, that's basically gonna do it for this video about making Gordon Freeman from Half-Life 2. Please like and subscribe to my channel if you dig this, and keep an eye out for more videos. I'm making a whole bunch right now. All right, head on a spike out.